Hi everybody, it's Oracle Annie, and I'm here for a reading that I did not plan, but I felt necessary. Even if it's just for myself, I felt like other people would be interested, and let's just see. So, you probably already know what this is about. I'm gonna just follow the format of my clarity readings that I offer on my website. Obviously, if you went on there to get a personal clarity reading, then the topic would be personal and private, but this topic is on the news, so it's public, and I feel like I can maybe shed some light, some clarity on the situation. And I just have to say that I'm not a geopolitical student, or did I study that at all. I barely watch the news. I have an agreement with my guides that if I am supposed to know about something on the news, that they will bring it to me. And that's how I stay on top of the topics that I need to pay attention to. Okay. I will say that I have many degrees, and that I spent a lot of time at universities and colleges studying, so I feel like I have a connection to the undergraduate, graduate, life. And yeah, I mean, I think that when I was a student, things like, now that I look back, I would say that I can see how some of these things were getting filtered through, but it was so subtle, and it was so like in the background, and not at all what being in school meant, or the reason why people went to school for it. Like, none of this. So, anything else? I do want to grab an oracle card deck, and then I'll grab 2 tarot card decks, and we'll get started in a moment. Okay, so I have picked my decks. I have the Oracle of the Dragonfey here. That's going to be our main Oracle deck. I have the Psychic Tarot deck and the Rider-Waite deck. So, let's see. So my opening question with all of my clarity readings is, what do we need to know about the pro-Palestinian protests on universities right now? And I chose the Dragonfey because they are usually about transformation and about protecting the innocent. And I'm not claiming that one group is more innocent than the other. I'm just letting you know what led me to my choice here. Okay. So, Oracle of the Dragonfey. What do we need to know about the pro-Palestinian protests on universities right now? Now, before I start, I do want to say that this is just a psychic reading, okay? It is just my psychic opinion. It is not based on any facts or figures that I have or that are out there. It's just an opinion, okay? Okay, so number 19, the wild huntress, face your shadow, right? This is what the card looks like. I know there's a lot of glare, sorry. So let's see what she is saying. Face your shadow, interesting. So shadow usually refers to negative emotions. Okay, so I'm just picking out, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to pick out the sentences that are sticking out to me. So here it says, and this is as a message from her, right? So part of it says, oh, this world can be hard and cruel, and there are people in it who are not in integrity and who abuse their power. The wild huntress says, I changed that. I was brought into being to be a huntress, to provide for my people, to protect those who were softer. And in order to do so, I cast away the virtuous mask so many choose to hide behind. For love comes in many forms, and my form is power and using it justly. It says here, I will teach you to seek and to hunt and to be an independent being of power. When something is over, it is over. I can help you bring about that ending cleanly and without cruelty. My sword can give you strength and skill. My sword can be used to defend. My sword can cut you free from the bonds and the leaves of the past. I will help you cut the cords to draining energies and fight the good fight. You, through this ending, can become a powerful healer with the compassion that empathy can bring without being compromised by your own beautiful, loving sensitivity. Every time you receive the gift of my sword in your reading, look to the area of your life that needs to be cut free. My sword gives you the opportunity to change your life. Allow me to help you and watch the divine magic that occurs as a result of compassionate action. Okay, now, divinatory meanings. When we are confronted with a test, when something that we hold precious is being threatened, we have many ways of dealing with it. This card represents the wild huntress's way and indicates that indeed her way is the only one to take at this time. Relaxed and alert, poised and ready to strike, skilled and willing to do what it takes, showing power, demonstrating personal truth, yet willing to end the battle without blood being shed. This is how to approach the threat a tyrannical and bullying other may be making. This card represents the person who is standing in their power, coming from their truth, their higher self. They refuse to play the good girl / boy in a situation where something that is beloved and fragile is being harmed and attacked. It can also represent the ruling of the ego by your spirit self, overcoming your own dark thoughts and struggles, There is no virtue in denying your shadow side and in wanting to be good all the time. Indeed, it can lead to self-sabotage and destruction. Now is the time to acknowledge your own inner wild huntress and allow her to come in and do what she does best and right the balance. Okay, that was very strong. Okay, hold on, because let's see. So this is about inspecting the shadows. Okay, hold on. There was something here that I want to write down so we can look into it. Yeah, so I'm writing down who are the bullies, right? And what shadows need healing at this moment. Okay. So I'm going to put this here. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to ask the Psychic Tarot, what is what do we need to know about the pro-Palestinian protest on, at universities right now? Okay, I gotta pull a lot more. Let's go with this right now. Okay. Choose wisely. Okay. Let's put this here. Heart chakra. Okay. So this is saying people need to connect to their hearts and make choices that resonate with the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is all about forgiveness, and it's all about feeling connected to others. It's also about compassion, specifically self-compassion. And it's like working on your heart chakra is what starts to dissolve the stubbornness of the ego. Okay? Mental conflict. Okay, so logic plays a part in the mental conflict means that the people's logical side is interfering with what the heart is trying to say. Material harvest. Interesting. Okay, so there's an element of finances here. Could be, like what the protesters are saying is to divest. But it's called material harvest. So it's about receiving money, or being abundant in some way. So this could also talk about financial interest being involved. Okay. This says positive movement forward, but it came out in reverse. So, okay. And then number 9, solitude in reverse. Okay. Does this deck say anything about reversals? Is what I want to know. Because if it doesn't, I'll flip them. Positive movement forward and solitude. Okay. All right. So what are the choices available? So again, the question is, what do we need to know about the pro-Palestinian protests in universities right now? So when it comes to choosing wisely, again, there is a block, and it's because of this mental conflict and this material harvest. So this positive movement forward came out in reverse is this card. This is the equivalent of the 8 of Wands in reverse. Choose wisely. Yeah, so again, when it comes to choosing wisely, well, it's these cards are saying that right now it's not possible to choose wisely because the Judgment card in reverse says some people, oh look at that, 7 of Swords. There's something sketchy going on. So, the Judgment in reverse says that everything is not out on the table yet, or some people are not seeing the situation clearly enough, right? And so instead of choosing wisely, they are making a lot of mistakes. Mistakes are being made. This is what the Temperance card is saying in reverse, is that there are mistakes being made, and it's blocking. So this movement forward, I think it's blocking the heart from, it's blocking the person from listening to their heart. I'll put this here. Ha! Look what's underneath. The Devil. Okay, so the ego is very involved here. Absolutely. Okay, heart chakra. This is legacy. This is family. This is property. This is long term. So one of the things that we have to know about these protests when it comes to the heart chakra is that it plays an important role in this having a positive resolution. If you take away the empathy, if you take away the compassion, if you take away the forgiveness and that feeling connected to others, you're just going to continue to get this disorder and this clashing and what feels like being stuck in a struggle. Too many cards. So this is saying that an attempt has to be made to connect to the heart. I'm actually going to ask if this is the university or the protesters. Okay. Let's see. Heart chakra when it comes to the pro-Palestinian protests on universities right now. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is saying that, like, some people are finding it very hard to connect to their heart chakra. It's not saying it's impossible, but it is. See, Queen of Cups in reverse. They're disconnected from their heart chakra. But a pathway is available. It's hard. So what is this mental conflict about? The mental conflict is coming from the fact that people think that they're right. Like, they're not open to communicating. They're not open to receiving new information. They're acting like they have it all figured out. But how can you have it all figured out when your heart is not involved or when you're not listening to your heart? So what is this mental conflict about? The Three of Swords. They're coming from a sadness, from a devastating feeling. And some of the mental conflict here has to do with the fact that people are feeling abandoned and neglected and simply lacking the resources to which is interesting because the material harvest comes next. But the cards also are suggesting here, again, that the resolution to the mental conflict happens through the heart. Because the Hermit is somebody who knows the truth inside of them. And this Ace of Swords is air energy, so it'd be like Ace of Swords, Two of Swords here, right? And then we have Three of Swords here. So, but we have the Judgment in reverse here. So there is a conflict between the information that has been given and how that information is then translated into the heart, right? And it just feels like with this Five of Pentacles here, it just feels like nobody cares about me, nobody wants to help me, nobody look at me, like this is like, could be victim mentality, right? Because the only thing that these two people need to do is to just knock on the door of the church and just be like, can we have some compassion? Can we have some help? Can, but a lot of times what keeps people from asking for help is their pride. This is gonna go on for a bit. This is gonna go on for a bit. I mean, like the reading, because I'm seeing like just so many things that need to be inspected here. Okay. So, material harvest. I may have to make this like a two-part, like a two-parter. Material harvest. Okay, what is this material harvest about regarding the protest? Okay, hold on. A lot of cards. So, Queen of Swords, Six of Swords in reverse, the Chariot, the Empress, the Emperor. I'm going to start with these. Okay. All right, so when it comes to material harvest, this is talking about somebody in power who has set some boundaries and yeah, this is about boundaries and about what's possible, right? So the person in power has set, these are the guidelines, these are the boundaries, and I'm not moving, and don't expect me to move because I'm not moving. And the people that feel like they need help feel even more helpless now. But here's the kicker. The Chariot is here. And the Chariot says that this is the way, so these boundaries are the way to move on, to be able to overcome these obstacles, right? One of the things about the Queen of Swords here is that, and it doesn't have to be a female, of course, right? We're talking the entity who has put in the boundaries is saying, I am receiving information, I have been through this before, and the way forward is material harvest. Interesting. Or maybe boundaries is the way forward? No. No. I'm being told no. Material harvest and boundaries. the feeling that I'm getting from this combination is like an adult and a child. The adult is telling the child, you cannot have this toy. And the child is going, why? Why can't I have the toy? And the adult's like, I have my reasons, and that is what we're gonna do. That is the best. Like, I cannot explain to you why this is the best thing, but, and it may not feel like the best thing in the short term, but in the long term, it's gonna be the best thing. And sometimes you just can't reason with a child, right? Sometimes the people who have control of their money, they weren't stupid, like, to have that kind of material harvest, right? They have made a sequence of choices that has led them to this material harvest. And a child is generally like, oh, things just magically happen. Why can't this magically happen too? It's like, well, there needs to be a sequence of choices that you need to make in order to get the results, right? So one of the things that, right, so the Knight of Pentacles says it's a slow process. We have the Emperor and the Empress in reverse. The Emperor is somebody who wants to wield their control, and the Empress in reverse is somebody, in this case, that is lazy and just wants results before she's done any work, right? And so the Three of Wands says, well, an answer is going to come. I'm not saying this is generally a positive answer. And I'm tempted to say positive also because of the Chariot card, right? Usually slow and steady wins the race. And I think that this sense of like tantrum energy is coming from somebody who, again, is feeling like the victim. What is this positive movement forward? What is this positive movement forward? The Eight of Pentacles. In order for it to be a positive movement forward, excuse me, the Eight of Coins is saying that people need to work on it. With the Ten of Wands, there's going to be a lot of work to do. And this brings me back down to the heart chakra, because people already feel like they can't, even though they can, and there is a pathway, they feel like they can't. But this is like, it is through the heart chakra that this has to play out. Somebody doesn't want to do the hard work, but that is what they have to do. What is this hard work about? Let's see. What is the hard work about? The heart chakra. Choose wisely is the Seven of Cups. So it is choosing from the heart. And I think this goes towards like both, maybe. Let's see. I have questions here. So solitude. What is the solitude about? Sorry, what is the solitude card about? Okay. The Five of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's like somebody is going to be ignored because they're coming from a very ego-based, stubborn, very I'll get my way no matter what. Even if I hurt others, I'm getting my way. And people are going to get tired and they're going to walk away from whatever this is and just be like, you know what? Keep your bad attitude, keep your bad feelings, keep your lies, keep your illusions and delusions to yourself. We don't want to engage with you anymore. This is solitude. Yeah, the Queen of Wands in reverse is somebody who is not, that is not a trustworthy person. The Knight of Cups in reverse is selfishness. In this case, it's selfishness. And the Magician in reverse is somebody who lies. It's somebody who lies a lot, right? And manipulates the truth to benefit them. And so when I see solitude, I'm seeing that, with the Five of Swords, like all these cards here, it's saying like the liars and the manipulators of reality and the people who say different things to different people to manipulate how they are going to act, those people are going to feel even more alone. If they feel alone now, they're going to feel even more alone later. The more stuck they get, the more alone they're going to feel. And that makes sense because when you close your heart chakra, you don't feel like you can connect to people. You don't feel relatable. You don't feel like anything you say is going to make a difference. Okay. So, now, to the somebody here is trying to get away with something, right? So I think... Okay, so my next question is going to be, who is feeling abandoned? Is it the universities or is it the protesters, right? Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you what. People's ego convinces people that if they say something or if they do something that is heart-based, that if it's heart-centered, that they are going to be left completely alone, that they are like people are going to ridicule them, that people are going to abandon them, right? And so there's a lot of fear involved with sticking to your ego, right? And not acting from a heart space, okay? So, the universities, who are, okay, so I want to see some cards that represent the university and some cards that represent the protesters. So, cards to represent the universities. Shadow, number 18. And 8, accelerated motion. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Yeah, they're the ones in power. They're the ones in control. They're the ones with the money. You know. And then some cards to represent the protesters. Cards to represent the protesters. So when we look at that material harvest card, who has the money, right? Oh, wait. What am I saying? Scratch that. Cards. That kind of came up while I'm like focusing on the protesters. Okay. Protesters. Cards representing the protesters, the pro-Palestinian protesters. Truth. Okay. Oh. And throat chakra. Okay. I want to see what this shadow card is here because I've never seen it before. So it has to be a major. This card represents emotions. Oh, let me put it here. This card represents emotions, sensitivity, and a reminder that nothing in life is at a standstill. This is a world of constant flux, and one thing is certain, everything changes. This card is calling you to action. The time is now when you may have to face your worst fears and look into the dark shadows of your soul. You must learn to confront what you've avoided and walk courageously through it. Always know that life naturally revitalizes itself, and as it does, so do you. The shadow card promises that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Recognize that by no longer denying your past and letting the tears fall, you'll discover the diamonds in the treasure chest of your soul. This is a cleansing process to wash away and clear out what was once avoided, ignored, and pushed aside. This card indicates that this is a time when your psychic sensitivity may be quite intense. Learn to open up to it, and if need be, to turn it down. Your body is okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, this represents the moon. Okay. And then this accelerated motion. I don't think I've ever seen it. Oh, Eight of Swords. Okay. No? What? Oh, this is also a major. Interesting. No? Where is this card? Red border. That's not red, that's purple. Violet border. It's a spirit card. Okay. This card represents speed, flight, swift movement, hope, passion, and above all, endings to delays. The conditions around you are perfect and appear to be rapidly heading in the direction of your goals and desires. Luck is on your side, and your enthusiasm is at an all-time high. Brace yourself as you finally witness the manifestation of what you've worked for and visualize. This is a call for initiative, but you should also ask yourself, is there anything else in my life that I need to act on now? Be wise and take advantage of these ideal conditions. Now isn't the time for you to fight against the river of life. Trust, have faith, and go with the flow. Trusting, having faith, and going with the flow is part of having a healed heart chakra. The strong current is taking you to a positive outcome and future. Interesting. Okay. So, based on this, the universities are the ones that need to come from a more heart-based position. Okay? And then with the pro-Palestinian protesters, they have the truth card and they have the throat chakra card. So let's see. 20. Truth. This is the judgment card upright. Yeah, okay. So the universities have something wrong, according to this reading. And it's because they're not seeing things through their heart. Interesting. Yeah. The qualities of the truth card illustrate spiritual awakening, clarity, the revelation of truth, and cosmic consciousness. At times, it takes a wake-up call to get your attention and show how far you need to go. This card comes forth to do just that. Evaluation of the past, along with the lessons that you've learned or still need to understand, must now be a top priority. Doing so will enable you to forgive, accept, and heal so that you can move forward in a balanced spiritual mindset. The Truth card reminds you that a significant change must be made in a certain area of your life. But don't make any hasty decisions. Take your time for any choices or alterations must be weighed and evaluated with the most careful and wisest of judgments. Whatever steps you take now will have far-reaching consequences, more than you'll ever know. Okay, so based on this, even though the pro-Palestinian protesters are speaking their truth, they also, according to this card, they also need to come in from a heart space. Right? Because doing so will enable you to forgive, accept, and heal so that you can move forward in a balanced spiritual mindset. What's the last sentence? Yeah. Okay, so I would say, yeah, I mean, they're trying to wake up the universities, is what I'm getting from here. Okay. So now I want to see what is the reason? Okay, let's see. I feel like okay, so I wrote down here, what is the main purpose of the protest? And I feel like we've answered that. It's that the pro-Palestinian protest is trying to wake up the universities about their behavior, right? And like trying to point at the shadows that these institutions have. Okay. So my next question is, what is the reason for the face masks, right? What is the reason for the face masks? So again, we have the choose wisely card and spiritual strength card. Interesting. So why choose wisely? The Knight of Wands. Okay. Why choose wisely? I feel like the face masks is part of the part that they need to heal, right? Because this is talking about having to make a wise choice, but being stuck before making it, right? And the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Cups in reverse is saying that even though they are asking for justice and that they are justified in what they're asking for, the face masks are actually detracting from their objective, right? What is this spiritual strength card? What is spiritual strength card? Yeah, they need to think about what they're doing because it's confusing the message. It's actually not helping them. It's an element that's distorting their efforts. Yeah, they need to really think about the message it sends when they're wearing it, because it is not helping their efforts at all. This card is basically, spiritual strength means that if you know that you're coming from the right place and that you're speaking your truth, this is saying that you have faith that the divine has your back and that you don't need to fear anything, and it's okay to stand for what you believe. And by covering your face, you are, with the over your mouth, it is distorting your message. So now I want to know. Oh, see, it's not helping them. It's making it's making them struggle more. I want to know if there are non-students involved in these protests. Are there any non-students involved in these protests? Chemicals. Sorry. Are there any non-students involved in these protests? Oh. I need one more. Okay. The King of Cups to me is a yes. The Five of Cups in reverse is also a yes. And the Six of Wands in reverse is a no. So, yeah. But some of them are students, is what I'm getting. So that's two yeses and a no. So it's... there are non-students involved, and but some of them are actually students. Okay. Okay. What will happen to the students involved? This is not good. They're definitely going to be very disappointed. And they are going to lose their ability to be part of this message, and they're going to lose the ability to participate in them. Why the Three of Swords? So I guess you could say this is the part of the YouTube because I don't offer predictions in my readings. Knight of Swords. Yeah, they're gonna be silenced. Like, What is this? Why the Three of Swords? Sorry, hold on. Why the Three of Swords for the students that are participating? The Magician in reverse. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this feels like taking away somebody's ability, but not because you are trying to get back at them or to attack them. They're gonna feel attacked for sure. But this is more of a lesson. This is like taking away abilities, taking away power. This has to do more with teaching them how to work with less. This is about teaching them how to make the best out of a bad situation. So the students involved in these protests are going to have the opportunity to grow from this experience through suffering consequences, like real life consequences. What will happen to the non-students involved? King of Swords in reverse. I may not be able to tell you. What will happen to the non-students involved in the protest? The 9 of Wands in reverse. What's going to happen to the non-students involved in the protest? They'll find something else to speak about, because the Fool here says it's a new beginning. So I think that so we have the King of Swords in reverse and the 9 of Wands in reverse before the Fool. I think that they are going to lose steam, lose power, and they're going to find something else to point at, something else to protest. Or they'll just move on with their lives. Anything else? Oh, what will happen to the universities in the next year? What will happen to the universities in the next year? What will happen to the university? Oh, Jesus. What will happen to the universities in the next year? Yeah, they're not going to change. They're not going to change. That's not... They're not going to change, and I think that people are going to, like we saw with the 5 of Swords in reverse, people are just going to choose not to go to those schools. And they're gonna like maybe pretend like, oh, I don't know why that happened. Okay, so that's my reading on this. I do want to ask, what is, before I close everything, what is going to happen to the Jewish students at the schools? So, that's good. What's going to happen to the Jewish students at the school? Yeah. What's going to happen to the Jewish students at the schools? Yeah, they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. The Devil in reverse says that they're going to see who the real enemy is. The Strength card and the 9 of Pentacles is saying that they're going to be able to overcome their obstacles and overcome their challenges and be better for it at the end. And anywhere that they feel betrayed or hurt or done wrong, that they will receive healing for it. Absolutely. Okay, so that is the reading. Please like this video if you enjoyed this reading, and if you have any other questions about this topic, leave it in the comments, and then I can do a part 2 for this topic, okay? Or if you want me to cover any other topics, let me know in the comments as well. I'm leaving my donation links in the description if you would like to give me a donation for this reading, and also my website in case you want a personal clarity reading for yourself. Okay, my name is Orgolani. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.